Alright, welcome everybody to the BBL Season 9. We are entering the second half of the season here. This is Week 8. As always, I am coaching the Melonheads, where we are entering the second half with a 3-4 record. Last season, we entered the second half with a 3-4 record, went 6-1 in the second half and made the playoffs. Can we replicate the feat this time? We'll see. It'll be a tough ask, but it's theoretically possible. But yes, in any case, we're coming off a particularly disappointing loss against the Marlins, something like 10-7 is the final margin, I believe, or 11-8, something like that. And Marlins were theoretically supposed to be one of the easier teams to beat this season. So that didn't go so well. We'll see how it goes now. Twins are our division rivals. This is the first of 2 games against them. The Twins picked a lot of bats as their strategy, so. And this is going to be at my home field of Parks Department number 2. The Twins should enjoy hitting there, and so I expect them to put up a good score. Twins are 4-3 overall, so this is a very tight matchup in terms of overall power levels so far this season and record, and the predictions reflect that. It's 6 people have picked the Melonheads to win, 7 the Twins, so it's a very close margin there. My personal suspicion is that the Twins are going to win this because, again, I think they're going to do well, and I just have not been playing particularly well for several weeks now. But we'll see. Going on in, I don't think there's anything to change with our roster. Richie Sexton gave up 2 runs to the Marlins last game, which very likely tanked his chances of winning Ace Wilson, but he'll keep at it, at least for now, and continue doing his best job there. I don't think I had any lineup shuffle-ups I wanted to try. Can't really think of any configuration that would be better than the current one, so we'll stick with it, at least for now. As for the Twins, the big thing I noticed with the Twins right after they were drafted is there is nobody higher than a tier 4 speed on this team. Nobody super fast, so especially if I can put the ball on the ground and not hit it straight to fielders, there's a lot of potential in that, just because it's going to take a bit of extra time for them to get to balls. On the other hand, I'm seeing quite a few good arms here, so once they do get to the ball, that won't go so well. Anyway, they have Claudia Villarta, Zenon Estrada, and Olive Haldy as their outfield. Zenon in center could be a potential pain point for them. Gonna take a little longer to get to those ground balls. I'm glad he's there in center instead of in left. I understand why Toast made this configuration, because he plays at Steel Stadium, where left field is a lot more important. But there is that. Infield, we got Sonia, Stan, we got Isabel, and we've got Robert. Lots of good arms there. Robert's slightly slow at first base. That's not likely to be an issue, though, unless weird stuff happens. Good third base, shortstop, but they don't have total lasers, and again, they'll take a little longer to get to the ball, so there's potential there. Tom Glass on the mound, solid defender. I don't think he's so good when he gets tired, though. And finally, Nicky Winston catching. Nothing balls might be a valuable strategy against him. He does have a good arm, but he is the slowest player on the team, so we'll see. But catcher is a good place to stow the slowest player on your team overall, I think. So overall, not a bad choice there. This isn't going to be a super easy defense, I don't think. We'll see. If we can land a lot of hits, then we're going places. If we hit a lot of balls straight towards fielders, then it's going to go a lot rougher. And of course, pretty much everybody on this lineup except for Olive, and maybe even including Olive, is a threat to randomly home run at any given time. High floor, I think, is what Toast called his drafting strategy, and he did that pretty well, I think. Lack of super duper bats, lack of super duper arms, but lots of players who are solid in that. And Claudia starts it off right for the Twins. Not right for me. Hits one to right center, and through my various fielders' foibles, she gets an easy triple, no trouble at all, just because my fielders had a hard time getting to the ball. Alright, leadoff triple against me. That is a bad start. Stan Olsen is up. Good news for me, he bunted. Lindsay is able to scoop it up and throw him out at first. Alright, if they all just bunt against me, that's a lot better. It's a lot harder for Claudia to score off of bunts. Although if they ever do bunt and then send Claudia home on the play, then I'm gonna panic. Robert Young is up. Robert, for the first couple weeks of the season, was a leader in batting average on the player side. Overall, though, he's probably one of the players I'm least worried about here because he doesn't have super bat and he's kind of slow. I'm remembering now the change I wanted to make, and I didn't realize Richie was covering first base. I didn't think I had a play there. Let Robert get there dumbly. Okay. I'm remembering now the change I wanted to make, which was to my defense. Hillary Vargas, I'm not liking at first base. It's hard because she's one of the tallest players on my team, but the problem is she's just charging at too many balls. Charging at too many balls, scooping them up, and not giving me much of a chance to do anything with them. So, we're going to try this setup. We'll see if it works. I don't have any other tall players except Richie, who's on the mound, but Hillary cost me big time in the last game. First time I tried to click to throw to first base, didn't throw for whatever reason. I then maybe could have gotten the out at first, but a double play on that would have been pretty scummy after the way I accidentally let Robert on base. It was an honest mistake, but that would have been too close to cheese, so I decided not to pursue it. And alright, that was terrible. I click on first base, Richie doesn't throw, he tries to run there instead. I click again and he lasers it right past Maria. My user-controlled fielder's not doing what I'm asking them to. I don't know what that was, but that's really dumb. I should have had an easy third out there. Instead, there's now runners on second and third. Tom Glass is a hitter. And if Richie does like one more play like that, then his time on the mound is done. He just gave up another run already, so Ace Wilson chances are done. He's out at 7 runs allowed on the season. And we just let Tom Glass take second base just like that by throwing home when had no chance at that. Alright, it is 3-0 Twins. This is going terribly, and as coach, I am making an executive decision. Richie Sexton's season on the mound is over. No shot at Ace Wilson for him. He's now up to 7 runs allowed. He had a great start through 6 and 5/6 games. And then the defense just started falling apart, culminating in that mess. My defense needs to get it together and do things actually remotely smartly here. So, for my second half of the season, my pitcher is Maria. At least my starting pitcher. And she starts out by striking out Nikki Winston on 3 pitches. That's much more like it. Alright, that was a horrible start. Let's see if we can get anything accomplished on our end. Honestly, 3 runs by the Twins is going to be a tough margin to overcome. That's about a third to a quarter of my normal run output. So, gonna need to have a super game to make up for that. That's a good start. At least Lindsay tees off on the first pitch, hits it over the left field fence. Home run just like that. That is what Lindsay Felgate does. 306 feet. All-star Lindsay Felgate, I should point out. She's had some rough times this season, a couple slumps, but she gets her second half off with a right start. Alright, Luann Louie is up. And Luann, I feel pretty good about her chances of making it on base against this defense. As long as she doesn't, ground it straight into somebody's mitt, she's golden. So, chance to get things off to a good start here. 1-0 the count. Swinging at the first pitch, usually not the best idea. Did that with Lindsay that time because it looked like a good pitch, and that time it turned out to be right. But I definitely don't want to be doing that on every at-bat. Goes ahead and swings at strike 2. Excellent play by Glass, just barely stopping it from getting by, but Robert Young cannot make the play at first. Lulu is barely safe on the error. Alright, Richie Sexton is up after a particularly boneheaded play, which cost me 2 runs. In the first inning, he has been demoted from pitcher and has a lot of making up to do. Strike 1 go by. Nikki Winston not going for the play at second. Throws it up to third instead, and Lulu takes second base. Alright, Inside for ball 1. We are doing good at being patient and making Glass throw some pitches. Glass throwing a couple inside as well. If we can tire out Tom Glass, then that is an important step in doing well. Pops one up the middle. There is nobody right there to get it. And it bounces past Xenon. Richie gonna go for second to start. He has to turn around on that one. Able to safely retreat to first though, and Lulu scores. So that makes it 3-2. Good start. Richie doing what he's supposed to do after Lindsay and Lulu also did so. Let's see if Fabian can do what she's supposed to do. Fabian at 481. I believe a hit here would boot her up back to 500 after she had a horrible start to the season. He's really come on fire. Almost caught up to Lindsay now in RBI too. Lindsay got a good lead in those early games, but Fabian's been right back at it. Fabian inevitably is one of my top players in RBI. Every season I have her because, well, her thing is she hits bombs, and when you have a player whose thing is that they hit bombs, you want to take full advantage of that. Ball bounces past Isabel at second, but is caught. Unfortunately, too little speed going on here, so I can't go for another base. Whitney has a bit of a tough position here, with 2 slow runners being forced. Nobody out. Gonna hold out on this one, hope Glass forgets how to hit the strike zone. But yeah, Fabian's thing is she just hits bombs. She's reliable at doing that. She's not really good at doing anything else other than hitting runners in the lineup, so that means the lineup composition is always going to be you put her at the spot where she can hit bombs. And Whitney with perhaps the worst case scenario there, the infield fly. My fast player is the only player who is out. Alright, let's see if Hillary can get us out of this sticky situation here. 2 on, 1 out for Hillary Vargas. Hillary has done well, solidly this season. Not amazingly, but solidly. She has been overall good value. But yeah, my lineup compositions are inevitably going to put Fabian in the position to drive in a lot of runs because that's what she's good at. It's kind of a, feet in the fire thing. Self-fulfilling prophecy and all that. 3-1 pitch. Meaty looking pitch, but Hillary fouls it off. Full count on Hillary Vargas. Not going to get the easy walk. Ground one down the first baseline, goes straight to Young, and Young is a smart cookie. Throws the ball to third, but it's dropped by Isabel at second. No double play on that one. That was close, but Fabian manages to make it on the drop. Twins dropping quite a few balls here. Alright, Maria's up. This is our last chance to tie up the Twins in the first here. Could happen, though, definitely. Maria does have the power it takes to hit it out if she gets the right pitch. That's not the right pitch. 2 on, 2 out for Maria. Vic Souffle on deck. So unless Maria manages to get at least 2 bases here, inning will end after this at bat, if not sooner. That is going to be... Oh! I thought it was ball 1. It is strike 3 instead. Maria down on strikes. That means we've got our 2 weakest hitters in the lineup to lead off the second. Looking like it's not going to be a big game here, folks. We do score 2 runs, but that is it. And Melonheads are down 3-2 after 1 inning. Perhaps it was all a ploy by Maria to ensure she had full stamina to start the second inning. Maria was my main pitcher in Season 6 on the Melonheads, and she did an excellent job there. I am not upset at using her here. Excellent at mound defense as well. Bit of chaos on that one, but Lindsay is able to scoop it up and make the throw to first. Lindsay as a catcher is nice on the user side. She sucks as an AI catcher, but on the user side she's good just because she has a decent arm and she has a range. She can get to the ball quickly and throw hitters out on dinky grounders. Isabel Morelli, the hitter. Swings and misses at strike 2. And swings late. So miss on strike 3. Isabel is out for out number 2. And we've got our rhythm back here on defense. That one goes foul by Claudia, and it gets grief at the second inning, and we're already seeing the top of their lineup again. That's when you know things went badly. Earlier on. Claudia takes strike 2. Good news is we also have more juice for Maria. Always very nice to have in your back pocket. And there you go, strike 3 called. Maria with 3 strikeouts after 4 at-bats. Starting her second half of the season off with a bang. At this rate, we'll get a pitcher of the week for her. And we go into the bottom of the second. Vic Soufflé actually doing better than several players in my lineup in terms of average. 520 average. He has overperformed. He did well in the first half of the season, given his crippling lack of skill at the plate. He did as good as you can expect. Unfortunately, he still has a crippling lack of hitting ability, so I can't expect anything better than an leadoff out from him here. He's not really ever a great player to have up to bat, but especially leadoff hitter. I mean, he's not the worst leadoff hitter you could have, but I would rather would have gotten on base with Maria last inning, had Vic be the third out. Randy, an inconsistent player coming up to hit after him, could easily have Lindsay coming up with 2 outs. Ooh, that is just barely fair. Vic gets it done. All right, here I am dissing Vic, and he puts a perfect ground ball at the third base line for a single. Clean single. Good work by Vic. Making me eat my words. All right, Randy Uno has struggled the most of any player on this team, I think, batting only .363. Has a potentially powerful, but ultimately very inconsistent bat. Fouls the first pitch off. And she has not been able to produce reliably here. Oh, there you go. There you go. That one's going to be off the wall, I think. Yes, it is. Off the wall. Zenon cannot handle it right away, but he recovers quickly. There will be no extra bases on that one. Still. Solid start. 2 up, 2 on. Runners on first and second with nobody out. Lindsay Felgate gonna try to clear the bases off here for Lulu. A single wouldn't be horrible, but it would load the bases up for Lulu. That's not the hitter you want up with the bases loaded. So if we can just get a nice home run here to clear the bases, we'll see. Or maybe the AI will troll me and just walk Lindsay. That's going to be strike 1. Not going to swing at questionable pitches with power swing with Lindsay. Low for ball 3. It is 3-1. Lindsay hasn't gotten a good pitch yet. Let's see if one comes here. That's going to be strike 2. Didn't want to swing at that. Full count. We're going line drive swing. Better a single than a strikeout. Strikeout Opapa. And there you go. Look, who needs power swing when you got Lindsay with line drive? Lindsay, 2 for 2 with 2 home runs today as she hits one over the left field fence for a 3-run bomb. Lindsay making a good case for herself for batter of the week this week. We'll see if she can make it happen. 384 feet on that one, and that makes it 5-3 Melonheads. We are ahead for the first time all game. All right, well, for all I complained about the lineup position, that worked out quite well. Vic and Randy both got solid hits. Got on base, and Lindsay cleared them off. Lindsay and Lulu battling for that best batting average on the team. Meanwhile, Tom Glass is off the mound. I don't think he's too tired, so he'll be... that would be... Sorry, I got distracted. I think Glass will make a solid second baseman here. Isabel Morelli on the mound. I'm not going to get to the ball quickly. If she does get to the ball, she'll zing it, but overall, not the most intimidating pitcher to face in terms of mound defense. Lulu hits one a bit too powerfully, maybe. Goes straight to Sonia, but Sonia has to jump on it to keep it down. That gives Lulu enough time to make it to first. Single for Lulu, and we are on a roll this inning so far. Richie Sexton is up. We're only 2 runs away as well from our scoring floor. 1 run away, really, if you count the multiplier, so love to see that. Inside for strike 1, but Lulu gets second base for free. We established in the first that Nikki will not attempt to get a fast enough runner. Who's going for second, and we take full advantage of that here. I'm not sure if there's anyone else except Lindsay who I can do that with, but we'll do whatever we can. Richie got a nice Up the middle single to drive in Lulu. In the first, let's see if he can do something similar here. Swings a bit late at that one. Fouls it off. And not super great, but it might be good enough. Pop up. But nope. Horse is just fast enough to get it and step on the bag. No single for Richie. Lulu could have made it to third on that play, but I was thinking that was going to be caught, so didn't go with her. Think to go with her until it was too late. Alright, that's fine though. 1 out is okay. Fabian Callahan, the hitter. Oh, and 2 is a count as Fabian fouls off a promising looking pitch. It's going to be inside for ball 1. 1 and 2 the count. We're making Isabel work this inning, that's for sure. And Fabian is able to get a piece of that one. Pop it out there. That's going to be an extra base for Lulu. Zenon is able to catch it, but there she goes. Ain't nobody stopping that girl. Alright, sac fly by Fabian. Not the best, but not the worst. Whitney is now up. Let's see if she can get on base and give Hillary a chance to drive in some runs. Whitney has done pretty well this season. As a grounder and get on base player who's not the fastest. Understandably going to have some trouble, especially on hits like that where it just goes straight to the fielder. She's done well overall, but this has not been her game so far, as she's now 0 for 2. Not able to make it on that one, and so we're limited to just 3 runs scored in this inning. It's 5-3 Melonheads after 2. At a +3, we're going to need to start doing better than that if we want to win this matchup. Stan Olafson leads off for the Twins in the 3rd inning. And takes strike 1. Swings and misses for strike 2. And takes the pitch, but it's ball 1. 1 and 2 the count on Stan. Maria's an elevator pitcher. Let's go for it. Taking the risk, and it's ball 1. Ball 2. So much for that idea. Didn't work quite like I was envisioning. Stan with excellent plate discipline, and then tees off on the pitch that is in the strike zone, able to hit that one off the wall. Hillary gets it in quickly, though. Only 1 base for Stan. That brings up Robert Young as a hitter. And actually, let me rearrange my defenses a little bit now. I'll miss Maria's speed as shortstop, so I'm going to put Whitney there instead. Hillary in left works, I think, actually. Okay. We're going to put... Well, no. I'm going to put Lulu at 3rd, actually, so that I have a good arm in left and a good... I have good arms all through the outfield, so I might end up doing that. Gotta refigure out my defense here now that I have a different pitcher. And a different first baseman. But I do think this is the right move for my team long term. Richie was a prodigy for a good while there on the mound, but then came crashing down to earth more recently. And I really need him at first base. And, well, you know about that. That was a disaster. But just having a different pitcher isn't enough to fix my defense there, as Richie and Maria just bonk into each other and give up the easy single. 2 on, nobody out. This could get ugly, especially with Zenon up to bat. I might be about to be on the negative side of the ledger again. Boom! And that is going to be off the wall, maybe? Yes, I'm lucky it's off the wall. Not guaranteed 3 runs on that one. Going for the play at home, not going to make it, and we give up a runner to 3rd there. Just barely avoid the out of play, but still single for Zenon to score another run. And it's now 5-4 Melonheads. You can pencil this one in as an L now, folks. We have given up too many runs. Unless Toast manages to completely... Unless Toast burns to a crisp in his game, we're not going to be able to make up the difference now. Not unless we have a super monster inning coming up. What you gonna do? That's how it goes sometimes. If you can't get him out in the field, strike him out, and that's what we do here, using the elevator to finish off Sonia. Finally, there's 1 out. Tom Glass now up. got a double off a particularly boneheaded play from Richie in the first inning. Pops one over towards first. And I was going to go for the play at home, but the fielding controls continued to be stupid here. I was clicking on home, it refused to undo the lock on first base, so we got one out, but another run scored that we could have stopped. It's now 5-5. The fielding controls are at their worst today. If I had proper control over my team, I would not have given up as many runs, let me tell you that. Well, actually, maybe I would have, because I wouldn't have been able to handle proper control of my team, so... Okay. We'll be real there. If I had proper control of my team, it might have made this even worse, but... The automatic stuff is just at its worst tonight. And so it is 5-5 going into the bottom of the third. No shot at victory for the Melonheads tonight. Just try to at least finish with a win against the AI. Hillary Vargas leading off, not who you want in the leadoff spot normally. And then pitch came before I was ready. Hillary almost made it work, but that is indeed a flyout to start the inning. Maria now up. And we are just kind of in a bad way here, folks. Alright, ball one inside from Maria. Let's see if she can get us back rolling here. Maria been a very inconsistent hitter. Had a couple really good games, a couple really low games. Has ended up in the positive side of the ledger for batting average, though, so there's that. This time we're going to try to ground her to get on base with her, even though she's a bit tired from pitching. Hopefully it doesn't prove to be a big mistake. Maria is just fouling pitches off right now, though. Not really what I'm looking for. It's going to be close. That's ball two. Maria struck out in her first at-bat on a really close strike, called strike three. I thought it was going to be a ball. I was wrong. And there you go. Perfect grounder by Maria. Almost gets past Claudia, not quite. Probably wouldn't have made a difference even if it had. In any case, Maria is on base, and that was what we were looking for. 1 on, 1 out for Vic Souffle. He was able to place a perfect grounder for a base hit in his first at-bat. Let's see if he can do it again here and get a real rally kicking off. Gonna go ahead and opt to preserve the hit and run here over gambling that Nikki won't throw to second, because I bet he will. And promise on a zigzag, but Vic just fouls it off instead. Disappointment, but what you gonna do? Fouls another one off. Isabel putting the lot on the bottom edge of the strike zone. He could put the bat on the ball, but he can't do much else with pitches like that. 1-2 the count. Here's where Vic's excellent eye really comes in handy. 2-2 now. Very easy to tell whether it's going to be a ball or a strike with him. Goes straight to stand. Maria not able to beat it out. Force out at second base. Fortunately, Vic is safe at first. But now 2 outs. Gonna need something miraculous to score this inning. Randy Uno now up. Let's see if she can pull something off here. Nikki does throw the ball towards second base. No surprise there. Could have kept going as the ball bounced past, but oh well. Looking for an over-the-fencer with Randy. Don't really want to have to rely on Lindsay to hit a third home run, a straight home run, to score here. Ball one. And strike two. I'm kind of hoping to strike out with Randy here, so I'm going to stay in power swing. Homer or nothing. Fouls it off. 1-2. And Randy is not able to get it done. Rounds it straight back to the pitcher for an easy third out. And the third inning was terrible. Gave up 2 more runs off of our incompetent defense. Couldn't get anything done on offense. Granted, it was the bottom of the lineup, but still. Olive Holly leading off with Twins. You know, and the sucky thing about this, if this wasn't a BBL game, this would be a really fun game, because it's it's a tie game after 3 innings. Close games against the AI, if it's side season, are fun. That's where it's most fun. But because it's a league where you're supposed to score like 20 runs to win, it sucks to score this little. Been one of the biggest problems I've had with this league, with playing in this league through my entire career. There's too much stress, too much pressure to perform. And sometimes it really gets to me, and tonight is one of those times, I think. I'm not going to go for a super ton of strikeouts here because, well, Maria's not winning pitcher of the week this week. She's given up 2 runs, so yeah. Out number 2, though. Still struck out 7 since she took over in the first, and that's pretty good. Claudia is now the hitter. Strike 1. That one's a bit out there. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 and 2 the count on Vegarta. Let's see if we can put this to bed. Oh crap. They put the ball in play. And if you've been watching this team this inning, they put the ball in play is one of the worst things you can hope to hear. Fortunately, we're able to round it in quickly. It's only a single this time, but we'll see what more that leads to. Stan Olafson is up. I think I don't draft the best defenses, it's true. But also, even, and especially with the theoretically good defense I drafted last time, just so often here on hard mode, the player defense has so much incompetence. It's just like, it happens so many times. Ooh, wow, that was quite a play there. Lulu just stays still on the ground as Maria has it bounced off of her. Maria caught it though for the 3rd out, so we got that done. But yeah, a lot of the times it feels like only way to get things done on defense is to actually just strike them out. Anyway, done in the top of the 4th, going into the bottom of the 4th. If we're going to have a miracle rally, here is where it will start. Lindsay Felgate. 2 for 2 with 2 home runs and 4 RBI. Take strike 1. Ball 1, looks like it should have been strike 2, but we don't complain about those. 1 and 1 to count. Can't get a hold of that one in time, fouls it off. 1 and 2 for Lindsay. Able to tee off on that one. Is that going to be a 3rd home run? Almost, but not quite. Off the wall. Clips off the wall. Almost 3 for 3 with 3 home runs for Lindsay. She'll have to be content with a single on the 3rd one, but singles are good. We take singles. Lulu is now the hitter. And Lulu with a nothing ball, as we discussed at the start of this game. Nikki Winston is the sort of catcher who you can get away with hitting nothing balls for. He does not have a play to make. 2 on, nobody out. Let's see if Richie can come in clutch here, make up to some degree for his poor performance on defense today. Fabian on deck, so this is either where we do really well or where everything just falls apart and we have a late inning. Depending on how well these 2 hitters perform. Richie with a solid hit there. Almost straight to Glass, but Glass runs over. And he misses it. That's going to give an extra base to Lindsay and to Lulu. RBI single by Richie Sexton. He did what he was supposed to do that time, and it is 6-5 Melonheads. Good play there. This is more or less exactly what I designed the top of my lineup to do. Fabian Callahan now up, and then I designed her in this spot to hit a home run and drive everybody in. Let's see if we can get that part. No play being attempted at second base. Richie gets it for free. Love to see it. Runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out for Fabian Callahan. Life is good. Ball 2. A walk is probably worst case scenario for Fabian. Oof. Well, that's going to make it harder to walk at least. Got too excited about that one. Swung it a way out there pitch for strike 1. Doesn't make a difference as this is a real one here. It's not going to be a home run though for Fabian. Fabian. Oh, she is safe though. And Richie makes it with a daring run to third and a slide in as Zenon drops what should have been an easy meatball in center field. RBI single on error, but whatever, it's a single for Fabian. Another run scores at 7-5 Melonheads. Good hustle by Lulu and Richie. And that brings up Whitney Singh. Fabian now probably going to be perfect fielder's choice bait for Whitney to get on base here. Fabian may be going to enter another slump for the second half of the season. We'll see. No home runs yet, but there's still time. 1-1 the count on Whitney. Just needs to put one in play decently and watch him go for the easy play at second. Whitney at first before Isabel even gets to the ball. Isabel refuses the easy play at second. Isabel playing by some twisted sense of honor, or maybe just trying to force a play at every base. I'm not sure why, but she does not go for the play at second. So the bases are loaded with nobody out. Hillary Vargas is up. Let's see if Hillary can make a big play here. Hillary has a single and a flyout on the game. And Isabel too tired to continue. Robert Young coming on to pitch, which means we have a tired first baseman. And a slow pitcher. Both good signs. 1-1 is the count on Hillary. Not so good sign of fresh pitcher, but Hillary does not hit a home run. That sounded and looked like a beautiful meaty hit, but there you go. There you go. This outfield cannot catch anything. Blips off of Claudia's head, and everybody is safe. RBI single, it's 8-5 Melonheads. Claudia not able to make the play, and they don't go for Fabian at all. Fabian gonna score because nobody wants to try to throw her out, maybe. We'll see. Alright, this is the make or break at bats for this inning as Maria Luna. Bases loaded, nobody out, but on deck is Vic Souffle. If the bases are still loaded for him, could be trouble. We'll see. 0-1 the count. But Mrs. Maria could definitely hit a grand slam here, and that would be beautiful. Beautiful indeed. Gonna go for it. Close, but foul. And Maria with a solid drive to left center. Zenon is getting under it, though. Zenon catches it this time. Worst case scenario, probably, because Fabian's still on the base paths now, as well as Hillary, and Vic Souffle is up. He's got a tricky situation to navigate. He's done a good job of hitting the ball in the right place here. Let's see if he can get a play with just one out. The good news is that Hillary and Fabian are going to bases on the opposite side of the field. And Nikki goes for the play at first instead of at second. Vic is safe. No double play. That's what you love to see. Only one out. That's fine. We can deal with one out. Still bases loaded. 2 outs now. Randy Uno's up and it's still 8-5 Melonheads, but no double play. That was a big concern there. Could go for a big bomb with Randy. Don't trust her enough to do that. We're just going to go for getting on base and then let Lindsay do her work from there. Randy there's no more super slow players on the mound, so probably a solid hit from Randy is everybody's safe, although there might just be a walk here. Robert started this off 3-0. That's strike one, so it's now 3-1 for Uno. Gonna take that one. That is ball 4. Randy draws a walk. We take that. Scores one more run. It's now 9-5 Melonheads. Lindsay Felgate, the hitter, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Can she come in clutch here in the super clutch situation, or will she choke under the pressure? If she comes in clutch, I think she gets batter of the week. No! And womp, womp, womp. First pitch, slow ball right down the middle. Lindsay goes for it. Lindsay can't make it. Pops out instead. So much for Lindsay being batter of the week. So much for potentially getting right back in this. Unfortunately, when there was a chance for her to shine brightest, she couldn't manage it this time. Well, it happens sometimes. Nice stuff. We at least scored 4 runs that inning, so it's now 9-5 Melonheads. Back to having a chance if Toast manages to completely fail on his end. At least until the Twins score 5 more runs on me here. 1 out. Zenon Estrada is a hitter. I wonder how that would have gone if I had swung open. I wonder. A home run there would have been ridiculously, amazingly good. Zenon with a pop-up. Maria and Lulu running all sorts of circles around its landing point, but Lulu is able to catch it. Out number 2. Is this actually going to be a nice pedestrian inning here against the Twins? Is it possible? Could it be? Sonia is a hitter. And takes strike 1. Takes strike 2. And takes ball 1. Thought that was just going to be 3 easy strikes. Not quite that easy. Sonia going to go for this one. He rounds it up the third base line. Bounces past Lulu. No play to be made on that one. Inning's going to continue at least a little while longer. Well, we did at least reach our run scoring floor. I am back to the days of consistency and being able to score solid totals, which itself is nice, but this has been a frustrating game all the same. We'll see. Still have 1 more inning to go. Chance for a monster rally there. Could happen. Has certainly happened before. Tom Glass is a hitter. Is 0-2. And that went nowhere near where I aimed it. Sometimes the game just does that, and I have no clue why. 1-2 now on Glass, and he watches strike 3 go by. Good enough for me. Strike 3 called, Maria's 8th strikeout of the game, and we are out of the 5th without any damage done by the Twins. Melonheads' last chance to put some more runs on the board. Sadly, Lindsay couldn't come in clutch, but we do have a good part of the lineup here. Lulu pops it up. What in the world, Lulu? Thankfully, it hits the ground. That was close to disaster on a grounder pop-up. That happens sometimes. Grounders swing overrated. Fortunately, Stan is not able to make the play. It lands, and then Lulu is safe. 1 on, nobody out for Richie Sexton. 2 for 3 today with 2 RBI singles. We'll see if he can get a third. Take strike 1. Lulu once again gets second base. This has been a good game for Lulu, who now is leading the team in batting average. Took advantage of a misstep by Lindsay to swipe in and take that, and she's also padding her steal total nicely here. Richie fouls it off. 0-2 is the count. And fouls another one off. Still 0-2. Fabian Callahan is on deck. This will probably be her last chance to try to get a home run. And not just have a new dry streak going on for the second half of the season. Richie takes ball 1. On a bit of a close call. That one's not nearly as close of a call. Easy call for ball 2. 2-2 is the count on Mr. Sexton. That is going to be low and inside for ball 3. Did Robert just finish giving it all he had and now he's out of gas? We'll see. Not quite. Richie not able to make a great contact on that one. Glass is under it. Glass catches it. Nothing to be done with that one. Parried off as many pitches as we can. You know, sometimes you're just not going to get a great situation, and that was one of those times. Fabian is now up. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. She is batting .500 now on the season. He's had worse games, but no home runs yet. Let's see if she can change that here. Would not be a worse time to have one. We do have 1 runner on base. 1 out. It was 2-0 on Fabian. And she fouls it off. 2-1. I feel like I have more trouble with heats than I used to. And takes strike 2. Oh, that was a meaty one. Robert, you sly dog. I thought that was going to be a terrible corner pitch, but no. That was actually a really meaty one. And then he gets me again. Robert has some nasty left hooks. It's Fabian to take one she should have swung at, and then gets her to swing at one she should have taken. 2 outs, and our chances for scoring more are now slim, but we'll see. Whitney's up. He certainly has a solid chance for a single, and then Hillary's up. Hillary could easily drive some in. We'll see. But a lot rougher with 2 outs and your prime hitters no longer. We won't get hits. Whitney with a solidly placed grounder there. Not going to anybody right away, and that's all she needed to get to base safely. Lulu could have taken third, as it turned out, but tried to look too many directions, too many things at once, you're bound to mess up. So, whatever. If I get a safe hit here, Lulu probably scores anyway. Hillary Vargas is now up. Could swing power and go for all the marbles, but I think it's better to just go for the solid line drive. If she gets solid line drive in the hole, Lulu scores anyway. And long fly ball. Zenon's under it. That hasn't been enough to stop me in the past necessarily. This time he does not mess up, though. Nothing doing in the fifth, so this goes down as all in all a pretty poor performance for the Melonheads. Not great to begin with. We've been very consistent in that 8 to 12 win range, around 10 as a median. There was that one game we scored 20 runs in an inning against the Wombats. Other than that, been very solidly, consistently around the 10 mark, which is enough to win some games, but not others. And then when you give up 5 runs to the AI, that makes it usually not enough to win. And so, yeah. Toast probably has this one in the bag, barring him managing a mega choke or giving up even more runs than I did. This is now Toast's game to lose, we'll put it that way. And I fully expect to be GGing him on the win. And if I lose this game, then that puts me 2 games behind in the wild card with still another game against the Twins, game against the Cardinals at Parks, a game against the Monsters at Parks, game against the Diamondbacks. In other words, no realistic shot at playoffs. At the moment, I'm only 1 game behind. I theoretically have a realistic shot. But if Toast wins here, another game behind with schedule this stuff is going to be too much to overcome, I think. So we'll just have to see if I get really back into the backyard baseball groove and feel like I really enjoy and can have fun playing again. That's been, unfortunately, the lacking component this season. I haven't had a lot of fun during my games. Doing well and doing not so well. So we'll see if we can get that back at some point before the end of the season, because that's about all we have to play for now. That and maybe giving Maria Pitcher of the Week 10 strikeouts in her initial debut. Pretty good. No Players of the Week this week, though. As Lindsay choked in the clutch situation, and the defense let Maria down. Single off the wall for Isabel. Game's not over yet. Claudia Viarte is the hitter. She tripled easily earlier this game. Hopefully she doesn't do that again, because if she does, then it's going to be 9-6. Oh, and 2, can we get her? We're going to go all in. Fireball. Haha! Claudia swung at it, and it wasn't even a strike. Alright, well, there you go. Strike 3. 11 strikeouts for Maria. A good performance on the mound by her. Not backed up too well in the field, though, and then we couldn't get it done that much at the plate. Put up a decent run total, but only decent. So, yeah, final score tonight is 9-5. Lindsay probably stands out the most. She hit 2 home runs, my only player with any extra base hits on the game. Hit 2 home runs to drive in 4 runs. Sadly, when the bases were loaded, she couldn't make it under the pressure. Other than that, lots of singles. Like I predicted before, this team's good at getting the ball in once they get it, and they couldn't really get extra bases off of that. Everyone got at least 1 hit, which is good. And my 2 hit plays without any outs. Lulu doing her thing, and Vic Souffle, 3 for 3. For all I was dissing him during his first at-bat, he turned it around and got some good stuff done there. Yeah, no strikeout, no home runs, though, from anybody except Lindsay. Fabian looks like she's back to her dry streak, sadly. Nothing from Hillary, nothing from Randy, nothing from Maria, and with a couple extra home runs, we would have done a lot better this game. So if Toast gets even a few home runs in, he's got this one in the bag. Alright, next week we go to perhaps our most winnable game remaining as we go to Ekman Acres to face Chris Blanco's Fishes. So we'll see how that one goes. Until then, thanks everybody for watching. Have a good evening.